Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And we can start with our Capacity for Dev advanced webinar about the updates since the migration in May 2023, as it's already 11 a.m. sharp. So let's begin. So my name is Marie Zametsnikova and I am the community manager of Capacity for Dev, and I will guide you today throughout our presentation. I am also here today with Ariella De Genaro, who is Capacity for Dev coordinator at DG International Partnership. And we will be here today together to provide you the support on our platform and with any kind of question that you might have regarding the migration or anything else related to our community. So what we will be covering today? First of all, we will be showing you the timeline of changes, actually for you to see the tangible imagination about what was done since May 2023 until today, and also what you can get excited in the near future. Also, for example, we will be covering the new features and functions on the platform, as well as what you can expect until the end of 2023, because we didn't finish yet. And then we will give you the virtual tour of new functions. So I will be then sharing the screen of the platform because the best learning is by doing. And therefore, we are having the virtual tour of some of the new functions. However, you can imagine that the whole migration is quite complex. So there are a lots of features and functions that we can dive in during our virtual tour. Therefore, I would like to ask you if you can ask any question into the chat, because our team can answer you directly inside the chat, as well as if you can give us some tips what you want to cover from our side during the virtual tour. So from our side, we have, for example, the bookmarks, also the follow function, etc., which are the most recent updates. However, for example, if you are struggling with, let's say, post the content or anything else, then we can also cover these topics. So let us know in the chat any kind of question or even something that you would like us to cover during the virtual tour, and we can make it happen. And then at the end, of course, the question and answer session, where you will have time to actually unmute yourself and ask in the real time to us, and also discuss the different issues that you might be facing. So let's move to the timeline of changes. So we started our new platform at the end of May 2023, where we were in communication with most of you regarding the revamp of the groups, as well as the demigration coming, and actually the new platform started in May this year. However, until June, there was a finalization of the MVP, which means that we were actually deploying the new functions, and also we were trying to do fixing of the different bugs that you or also our team were finding alongside using the platform itself. Until July, we were in post MVP, the deployment of the all functionalities, which happened until, which are actually happening still until now, until the November. So until November, we are in the post MVP period, because we still have a lot of functions and features for you in store that should be deployed until November 2023. And since November, we will be focusing mainly on the maintenance and on the bug fixing, which means that, for example, if some of the functionalities which we deployed between May and November will not be working to the expectations, then this will be inside the maintenance from November onwards, and we will be facilitating the functioning of the platform. So what actually is new since May, you might ask? So since May 2023, there are, for example, instant notifications in your mailboxes. So you could, for example, see It's already 2 weeks that we started to contact you via emails. For example, that your new group got accepted, or that, for example, some of the new members joined your group. These notifications are now inside your mailboxes, so you can immediately, for example, tackle or accept some new members inside your group. Also, there are user notifications on the platform. So you can see here on the right top corner, I have, for example, my profile where I also see a cycle with number 1, where I can also click on and I can see what kind of notifications I have received myself. So it works like, for example, on other social media channels where where when you are on the platform, you can exactly see the notification. Also, during our post MVP, we had actually problem to change, for example, owner of the different groups, project, or resources. Some of you contacted us into the support mailbox that, for example, you are leaving from the different institution, that you cannot actually take over this group, etc., and that we need to change the owner. However, this was an error on our platform, and it was not possible for some period of time. And now actually we have fixed it, and you can already do it. So if, for example, some of you have an issue with changing the owner inside the group, project, or resource, don't hesitate to contact us in support mailbox. Also, I hear that somebody is not muted inside the call, so I would like to ask you if please you can do so. Yes, great. So then I will continue with the presentation. And also the next one is the pending registration of the members. So the whole migration actually was a really complex procedure, which means that we also needed to transfer all of our community from the old platform to the new one in May. This we are speaking about, let's say, 9,000 members who actually were not filling out all of the mandatory fields that we put on our new platform. This we are speaking mainly about, for example, topics or countries. So if, for example, you could see inside your profile setting, or if you, for example, recently registered, you could see in your profile that you have topics and countries. These are now mandatory, and you need to choose some of the topics that you are interested, let's say, for example, urban development or water sanitation, and also up to 6 countries, which means, for example, and continents, some, for example, Asia, Africa, or also you can choose the worldwide. This is very important because on our homepage, when you are logged in, you have the personalized feed, which is actually giving you the suggestion of the different documents, groups, projects which are related to these exact selections that you made during your registration. However, the people who were inside our platform before May 2023, they didn't choose these different selections. Therefore, their registration was pending, and they couldn't benefit from our platform to the fullest potential. Right now, we developed a system where actually when you log in to your platform, to your profile, you will receive a block which will navigate you to actually fill out all of these details. So let us know also in the chat in case that you have some issues or troubles with your profile, for example, that it tells you that and you don't know how to actually navigate it. Tell us in the chat, because then we will, after this webinar, go through your comments, and we will also provide you the instant validation. So then after this webinar, I will go through your name and I will see you in the backend, and I will fix it and then contact you. Also, we recently created a YouTube tutorial playlist. I will then, after this presentation, share with you in the chat the useful links, so you can just simply click on it or save it, bookmark it inside your browser. But we have YouTube tutorial playlist where you can find, for example, really easy and quick tweaks. So, for example, how to accept depending users, how to archive a group, etc. And we will be also developing this playlist, so it's not complete, but currently there are 15 tutorials in total. Also, we have a Calendly link, so integration of the Calendly application to support of our users, where you can actually click on the link, which I will also provide you in the chat soon. And you can be able to actually book with us the support call one-on-one, or also you can invite your team where you specify what kind of support you need from us, and we will be distributing it around our support team. For example, if you have problem with technicalities, with some bugs, then we will invite to the call the webmaster. If you need, let's say, community engagement, it will be probably with me and also our outreach manager, etc. Also, we did the group cleaning exercise, which means that we were going through all of the groups on our platform, and you could receive from us an email recently, which was actually encouraging you to revamp your spaces, or, for example, to react to our email. In case that you want to transfer your ownership, or if you need some kind of further support. So this was mainly the objective of this exercise was mainly because we want to have the quality content for you available on Capacity4dev platform, where you will be able to find and easily navigate towards your topic of expertise. So if you received from us these kind of emails, I encourage you to get in touch with us and to get easily revamped your group, or we can also find some another alternative. Also, we are not at the end for sure. There is also, for example, manage space and admin stats. So, for example, when you go to your profile, you can see that there are much more tabs for you available, where you can see all of your activity at one place. You can see it on the right picture that I have on this slide, where you can see, for example, overview, also your spaces, discussions, and also the statistics. So, for example, how many discussions I have made, how many events, etc. It also tells something about the credibility and how active community member you actually are. I still hear somebody is not muted inside the room. So if you can please mute yourself, it will be great, thank you. And then also the next one is the manage tabs for projects and groups. This I will be showing to you. We also have a tutorial for it because there is one function which is a bit hidden right now, but you are actually able to change navigation bar of your group. So for example, you can put the external links inside your navigation bar. So it's a very powerful and really easy to set up if you actually know how. I will be also sharing this PowerPoint presentation with you in the thank you note, which will follow after this webinar. So you will also have all of these links inside the PowerPoint presentation in case that needed. Also, we are recording, so I will then trim it, and you will be able to, for example, forward it to your colleagues in case that they were not able to make it today. And we have a new function, which is the embed sound. So yes, this is like, for example, embed media, embed video, which is very popular on our platform, where you just take a code of HTML and you just insert it inside our platform so that people inside the group can play the video. So now they can also play the sound. So, and what are the upcoming features? Because as I said, we are not at the end at all. There are much more things to come. You can look forward, for example, to a chat function, which is something new that we didn't have on our old platform. So a part of a contact member, which you have, which is the standard. So like you can click on the contact member where you are sending them actually the email inside their mailboxes through the Capacity4dev system where you can collaborate and network through our platform. There will be also chat function, which will also facilitate the communication and the activity on our platform. Also, we didn't forget there is still this on the table multilingual platform where you will be able to switch between English, French, and Spanish. This is something very awaited because we are receiving queries, for example, that in the event there is a banner which is in English. So, like if, for example, your event is in French, that you would like to also have it written in French, etc. So this is something very awaited, and we can tell you that it's coming soon. So all of the static pages will be translated by a human. So which means the static pages of, for example, the help and support guidance, or also like our articles and any other static pages which are not changing that often. However, there will be also available a machine translation, which means that, for example, as you, as a community, for example, you don't necessarily speak French or Spanish, there will be also availability that a machine will be able to translate your content into the different languages. We also have an enhancement in pipeline, which is the mass mailing communication system. Some of you could notice that most of the emails are coming, for example, from the support mailbox or also from me. And in the near future, we will have mass mailing communication system where we will be actually able to contact you via our platform itself. So this is also in a pipeline. You could also see, for example, on our social media that there is currently happening something called Ambassadors Program. Ambassadors Program is the facilitation of our community because we want to have more activities for our community. And Ambassadors Program is actually selection of a few members who will be representing our platform and who will be also have who will also have many opportunities from Capacity4dev, such as, for example, organizing and co-hosting the focus groups, or also collaborating with us on different articles and many more. So this is the ambassador program, which is coming soon, and which is now actually in progress. And with this ambassador program, we are also starting to facilitate more activities for the community. As I said, for example, focus group, or also we had a lots of interest because we are also having onboarding webinar each month for the newly registered people, so that they have overview of what is Capacity4dev, how to navigate themselves, how to submit a group, etc. And during this onboarding webinar, we usually have at the beginning 15 minutes of networking, where actually people can introduce themselves and tell us and other community members what kind of activities they are doing, and what kind of projects they are part of, etc. And it had a lot of popularity that they would like to also do it more often and more dedicated with also more stable members of the community, because at the end, this is why we have Capacity4dev to secure the collaboration and help you to collaborate across the borders. There is also coming contact users as a group message. This means that, for example, you can imagine when you have a chat function, and when, for example, 6 people will contact you, for example, today. how actually you will receive the notification, because we don't have the mobile application, so how you will know that somebody actually contacted you via the chat. And this is the contact user group message. So at the end of the day, if for example 6 people contacted you, you will receive a grouped message that you have a 6 pending messages inside the chat, and you will receive it in your mailbox. So it doesn't mean that you will receive 6 different emails. No, it will be grouped message inside your mailbox that you should react. For example. The same applies as a group message to the content update. This is something that was already in place on our old platform, that you could have a message inside your mailbox, something like a newsletter, let's say. We are calling it content update, which is actually that you selected different countries of your interest as well as topics, and you can receive this kind of newsletter update on your inside your mailbox, either daily, weekly, monthly, and there are also other different settings. But we will speak about this in another webinar when it will be actually in place, because then we would like to also encourage you to get in touch with your community of your group, and to also encourage them to, for example, change the setting, which is by default weekly. So if you, for example, want to be in constant collaboration with your group, then you can encourage them to change it to daily, etc. But as I said, the content update, aka newsletter, is not yet in place, but it's in pipeline, and it will also come as a grouped message into your mailbox, so all of the updates from the different groups and projects. Then the last but not least in this sense is the library, which will be similar to the info page. You could see already on our platform that the info page changed from our former platform, because before it was wiki, it was not that straightforward, the menu was not that user friendly, etc. And right now you can have a folders inside the info page, so you can nicely structure the different information you want to convey to other users, such as, for example, the trainings or different white papers, etc. And you can also put the subfolders. You can also create and manage them, so you can drag and drop the different levels, and you can also post the content to organize in folders. So the library will be similar to the info page. So this is the chat function. Here you can see, for example, there is a profile of Sam Smith, and here he actually have an open chat, which is called messages in the navigation bar. And here on the purple arrow is going to the new conversation, how it will look like. So you will select the recipient, you will write the message, and after you can see with the orange arrow that the chat opened with Maria Lagoon, and you can chat together with the different community members. Also, like you will be able to see what are the new or unread messages, and also other different features and functions which you will be able to discover when this function will be deployed to our platform. Now I would like to end the presentation here, and I would like to give you a brief virtual tour of our platform, because, as I said, the best learning is by doing. And I also see just briefly that the chat is quite running, but I unfortunately don't have time to look at your messages right now, but then I will give a place to Ariella, who will update us regarding if there are some other wishes of just a second.
Yes, don't worry, Maria. We are answering to the questions directly for the moment. So, but if something broader comes up, I'll bring it up. And just to complement about the chat function, because it's something that actually we didn't foresee at the beginning, although because we thought it was technically impossible to have it, but a lot of you have had asked for it in the past, and we were saying no, we are sorry, we cannot do that. But finally, we can we are having it, so that's great news also.
Yes, so excited for this function. And I think it will also facilitate a lot of activity and collaboration among our community. So that's great. And now let's jump to the virtual tour. So you can see now I am logged in with my testing profile as a normal member. And you can see here that I have the login homepage, which we call also the personal feed, where you can find all of different updates regarding your topics, as well as the countries of interest that you selected during the registration. However, what I would like to show you here is actually the function to follow followers and also who to know. In this case, for example, I can go to the members and I can see that here I am able to follow different members who I might be interested in their activity. So let me just follow some of the people to show you the full functionality of the network. Because then, when I, for example, now followed a few people, I can go to my profile. And here I will see that there are also different tabs in the navigation bar. Here you can see that I have the overview, which is common. You also see the groups that I'm part of, also the different spaces that all of the groups, projects, and resources that I'm member of. The discussions, where you can also choose between my discussion and discussion I commented. But here you actually have the following, bookmarks, and network that I want to speak with you about. So let's jump into the network, and you can see here that I have followed these people, and I am actually interested in these people activities. Then I will be receiving the notifications regarding these people, what they are posting, what kind of discussions, etc., and I can facilitate the collaboration. If some people would also follow me, I would see my followers and who is actually interested in my own activity. Now you can see that I also see it here in the sidebar, the people who I am following. I would also see here the followers, as well as there is a third box where you can see who to follow. So you can get the suggestions about the different people who might be beneficial to have in your network. So this is a very important new feature that you can not only follow the content, but you can also follow the people. So what they are doing, what they are interested in from the different sectors. The next one is when we go back to the profile, there is also the bookmark. So actually, you can bookmark the different content on our platform. For example, if you want to read it in the near future. So when you go, for example, to some articles that you find on our platform, you can bookmark it, but you can also follow it. So what is actually the difference between the follow and the bookmark? The bookmark is that I save it for the future purposes, that it interests me, but I don't have time to read it right now. Or I want to bookmark it just to save it. For example, I want to use it as a resource for my research or for anything else that might come in the future. The follow is that you are following the content. So, for example, if somebody comment at at the bottom of the content, you will again receive the notifications that what actually is the update of this exact content that you have followed. And then you can, of course, like, comment, and share. These are also the other buttons. But when you go again to your profile, you can see then here the different tabs, such as what kind of articles or content I'm following. So I can easily navigate and also, for example, unfollow if I'm not interested anymore to receive these notifications. And also I can go to the bookmark. So I can read through all of the articles that interest me, and I wanted to save them for the later. And again, you can undo the bookmark afterwards. So then you can also, what is really interesting on the new platform is the statistics, which is the last tab here. Here you can see how many audios, how many documents, how many videos have you have posted or shared, etc. So this is telling something about your activity. As I said, this profile is for the webinars mainly. So right now there is no activity yet. But for example, when you go to your profile, you can check, or when during the networking, you can go to the profile of the person and you can see.
I think Marie is frozen.
I think we're all frozen because I see that also
Are-
Rebecca and not to hear.
No, I think, is it only Marie who is frozen? Yes,
Yes.
Marie, you were frozen for some seconds.
Yes, I noticed. All right, so I will just return. I think that you just heard regarding the statistics and
Yeah,
that.
that was still okay.
All right, so just a second, because now, yes. So now we are on the statistics, and as I said, it's really beneficial also for the networking that you can see the statistics also of the other people. So you can see how they are active, the different discussions, and the images that they actually posted. Now I would like to show you something very interesting that I said before. The tabs where are actually that you can change the tabs of the different group or project if you are owner or administrator. And this kind of this function is a bit hidden, so it's very good to know about it. And let me go to one of the groups that I am administrator of, so I can show you. You can see here in the knowledge sharing and knowledge management for development, where I'm also usually sharing all of the webinars that we are having. So don't hesitate to become a member of this group. But let's then start with the question and answer session. So, Ariela, can I ask you, did we have some questions inside the chat?
Yeah, so I think we answered with Rebecca to nearly everything. Just the last ones, we didn't have the time yet to answer. So they are about the stats for Gogas. So do you see them as well now, Marie, now, or not yet?
The chat questions.
You don't see the chat still, or do you see it
Yeah,
now?
I see already. Yes, I
Okay.
see.
So basically, the only two that we didn't answer are the last ones, by Patricia and by Anna. Patricia asked about stats for Gogas. Maybe Patricia, do you want to
Ask
ask
it in
your
the
question
real
since it's a
time.
bit long to go through it? Do you want to?
Well, I have sent in the past an email with spotting things that I feel are not working as in the past, features that we had in the past that were that were very good for group administrators, because also we've been reporting on these statistics, and now if we don't have them anymore, we cannot report in the same way we were doing before, and this is an issue for us. These statistics mainly relate to the number of views and downloads of documents. We can see in the page of a post how many times it's been viewed, but then and also downloads, but we cannot download the statistics of all the documents we've been and posts we've been publishing in a certain period. This is one thing, and I really would like if you have the kind attention to this matter. And the other thing is that I was publishing a video that we recently launched, and now, of course, depending on what you're doing, you have the obligation to publish the video in the audiovisual portal. This is a video that belongs to the commission, but the URL is not recognized by Capacity4dev. And so I made the post with the picture, like the image for promoting this video. And I even tried to add the URL link to that image, but it was not possible. In the past, it was possible to add links to the images, but I don't know why in this occasion it didn't work. So I'm just mainly advising you on things that I spot about the functioning of the website. Also, well, I have many many comments, but one of the, I think, important things is that when you are in your group and you are checking pages like the info page, discussion page, and wait a second, and let me go back to the, and yeah, the various places. If you go to, for example, the library, you're kicked out of your group. You are like in the whole library of Capacity4dev, but you're out of the library of your group.
No,
and also
no. That cannot be.
No, you mean I think you mean the breadcrumbs that actually, like when you, for example, because I don't know if you see my screen. So when you are here in the library and then you go to some item inside the library. So we had a comments that here in the breadcrumbs you cannot actually go back to your group, which is environment. However, here when you scroll down. You can. It's posted on the environment, and I know what you mean, that you cannot go back to the library where you have left it. But this was
there
the.
is something fixed right now. I see it's fixed, I think, because now it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
I click in the library. I click in the library and I see the library of the group. Okay, and I continue seeing the menu, the buttons of the menu of my group.
Yeah.
And so this was not like this before. I'm glad now it's like this. But also I see what you say, Marie. I went to, for example, the latest post that was done in my group, and it's the World Car Free Day. And if I click on library there, up there, yeah, I'm not anymore in the library of the group.
This I can explain maybe just because it's interesting for everybody. So the library items as well as the discussions are an entity as such, and they are linked then, or let's say posted in groups and projects. And this was a request that we got from you, from the members, to be able to post something and directly in several groups for those of you that own several groups or a group and a project, to be able to do it at the same time. So this is the solution that we have. So now the item is as such, and then when you go on a specific item, you will see this is posted on this group and this project. And therefore, when you open it, the breadcrumbs, so up, it's part of the general library. It cannot be linked to only to one group. Otherwise, you would have to choose which of the two. So
But
this,
yeah,
this was just to explain the general functioning of the
Yeah.
discussions and
Yeah.
library items.
well, I see. In any case, it was not asked by me, but I can tell you that I don't know why you did this, because in any case, when you draft a post, you have immediately like a list of pages where you would like to post it.
Yeah. So this is exactly when you post on several things, it means that the discussion is not only on one, but it's on several ones. So you
Yeah.
can, it's just the functioning. So the issue, Marie thought that you were mentioning that from the specific document, you cannot go back to the group through the breadcrumbs. So if that was the, but we understood that that was not your concern. It was really for the library. So maybe Marie, you want to say something about the stats that Patricia was asking?
Yes, I also see one more question related to it from Anna, who is also asking about, can you check stats of a post, like how many bookmarked it or followed? So this is so yeah. Let me here, for example, I'm here in the post, and you can see here that there are the different numbers of, for example, how many people commented, like it, or downloaded it, also the views. I am not really sure. Maybe this you can answer, Ariela, if we have in place how many people bookmarked or followed.
That we have to check, because I think this is something that goes beyond maybe data protection, but let me double check. I don't think we have that anyway foreseen. I'm not sure if we would be allowed to give this this information. While for the numbers that Patricia was asking, if on the stats for group owners and administrator, you could see different type of. So this is what we have now. I know that we are thinking on extra stats, but I would have to check. So I noted down that you would like to have more information of specific documents, views, and downloads. We'll come back to you on this.
Thank you. Yeah, this was before like this. So I hope you managed to find a way to have
And
it.
about the audiovisual, so what you were mentioning is that you cannot embed the link of the video uploaded on the audiovisual library of the Commission.
Yes, it's not recognized, the URL. You put like from Vimeo, YouTube, but this URL is not recognized.
Then maybe we just have to add it as okay. No, thanks for letting us know. We will double check this.
Fine. I'll send you the link just for you to have it.
Thanks.
And you can test and check how to include this.
All right. So I think that actually we already passed with the 45 minutes of the webinar. So if you have any other question that you might have, don't hesitate to put it still in the chat, because I will then be sending the frequently asked question in the thank you email, where you will be able to see the details of the answers for the questions that you actually asked in the chat today. In case that you have more specific related to your exact group, don't hesitate to put your question inside the support at capacity4dev.eu, so that we can navigate you more in person towards the facilitation. And yes, there is a recording. We recorded the whole session, so there will be recording available for you. And I will also give you the link to it in the thank you note, with also the presentation and the frequently asked question during the webinar.
Marie,
So,
sorry,
yes.
if I'm not mistaken, for this time we had scheduled 1 hour. So maybe if we have some more questions if participants want to, it's true that in the past we always had scheduled 45 minutes. But if participants have some more questions they would like to ask,
There's one question of Nadia there.
Sure, like
by voice.
If some of you still want to ask any question, for example, I see a question from Nadia here that you have two groups, one close to INPA staff and the other to the public. So when I post to the public group, how do I link the post to the closed group? So you mean, I think
a restricted one, a public and a restricted,
I
right?
think
I can speak here.
Yes, please.
Hi. So it's happened, for example, on an event, and then also I'm trying to go back, but I'm quite sure it was also for documents or something like that. So, I'll upload something and then I don't want to have to do it again for the closed group, but I'm sure there's an easier way to do it, and I've just missed the trick.
So
rather than copying and pasting.
Yes, no, in
So if you can
general,
just tell me.
you can post when you post something, a content, from the start, you can choose where to post it in several places at the same time. There is, though, an issue of privacy. That means that we want to make sure that content which is posted on a restricted or private group is not shared also in public ones, because it can be that maybe there are some restricted or private content or comments done by other users and things so on. So in some cases, if you click, for example, here, you would see that if you click first on private, you see the others become gray. That means that you cannot also post at the same time on a public one. This is the reason.
But I want to do it the other way around. I never want to go public private. I want to go. I never want to go private to the public. I always want to go from the public to the private.
Yeah. So in this case, the best solution would be another one. So since it's always like that, because we don't want that users comment on something thinking, it's in a private group, so I can write whatever, and then they find out. So the solution for your case would be that you post it in, let's say, the public one, and then use the share button, which is also something that will come now in the next weeks. It's one of the points that is upcoming. And so share internally. For the moment, we have share on social media or by email. So if you go in content, and so we will have share, and there you can choose in which other groups or spaces that you are owner, or it will be within this block. You are owner or member, you would share it from there. That was the solution that we have for data reasons, because then when clicking on the place where you have shared, it will rebring you to the first one.
But I think that it's already working.
That's
actually.
fantastic.
Sorry.
Is it already working?
Yes, because
Capacity4dev. Yes. So they probably just deployed it. So it's called the Capacity4dev, and there you can.
So when
choose more spaces.
When you're on the content here, you select the share, like that you would do for the Twitter, etc., and you select the green Capacity4dev, and then you can see that I'm able to share it in any kind of public, private, restricted group.
Oh, that's fantastic! Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Live session.
We have some other questions. Anne-Marie, do you want to to speak
Yes,
out. Yeah.
So I logged in myself because I wanted to see about the changing of the tabs, but I encountered some different problems. First, I couldn't log in. Then it said, "Oh, I needed to update my." Anyway, so I've logged in, and I'm looking at latest activities, and it has a conference that took place last week. I don't want to see something in the past. I want to see only upcoming or current activities. So is this something that we have to set, that I don't want to see anything in the past, or it shouldn't be at the top, or is it a capacity for dev setting? It's on the DEAR program. Yeah.
So if you are the Goga, the owners and admins of the group can choose the featured activity. So this first one. So it's indeed to the owner to change the featured one. So it shouldn't be like that in the sense that it should be changed with something that is for the future and not past.
But what you're seeing is different from what I'm seeing.
I'm just is it group or project? Because you have both.
So this is what I'm seeing. Latest activities.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the one from last week. I want to see the one that's coming up.
Yes,
Yeah, because it's featured.
You are you the owner or
I think
admin
so.
of this
Yes,
group?
yes.
Yes, then it's up to you or your colleagues to change the featured one. The feature is not automatically the first one. All the others that are under are automatically like in order of latest content posted on the group, while the first one with this tab featured, it should be changed, like updated by the owner administrator of the group to make sure that it's really the one you want to the content you want to highlight.
And can we not automate this? Because I don't want to be spending my time checking to see. I'm sorry. Can I automate? Do I need to
You
follow
can
a
just
course?
take it away if you want. You don't feature anything. That's an option. But the point is, it's basically to highlight one content that you would like, and you can change it whenever you want. It can be, a discussion, a post, an event, and probably some of your colleagues had thought to highlight that one, but now since it's gone, it should be changed.
Okay.
But this is really something for the owners and administrator of each group to take care of this feature one. If you don't want anything, you just don't feature anything.
Right. And then if I don't feature anything, it will be in chronological order if it's events, or?
It will be if you go under the event tab. So maybe Marie, you can show the event tab of a group. It will be the upcoming ones only. Then you can choose on the, so if you go on the events, yes, so automatically it will be only the upcoming ones. If you on the filter, you can choose on the search, recently created, or other on the sort, or on the filters on the left. You can also see the past one. So there are different ways to
yes,
to
but
see
this is
them.
not in chronological order because I see the 1st to the 5th of November before the 12th to the 14th of October. How do I do that then?
I mean
It's
that
it's anti-chronological.
Sorry?
Right. Can you go down?
Do you see my screen?
No, it should be, but let me double check, but it should be the first one coming up and then
That's what I would think, but as you can see,
yes,
this is not the case.
Yeah, but then
Okay.
maybe there is some bug. Thanks for telling us. We'll check this. While on the landing page, so on the overview, there it's just all kind of content of the group. So it can be discussion or a library item. And this is in the order of the latest content posted on the group.
Okay. So if I post something for March next year and then tomorrow I post something for tomorrow, then okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So as you see, all your feedbacks of things that you see that are maybe not working, it's really precious because
Yes,
we
I
are
know.
testing everywhere, but you always find things that that are not the way they should be.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Maria muted. Marie, yes. Marie, you are muted. I don't know if you were saying something.
Yes, I try to find because I have so many windows open, so I try to find the exact call. But yes, any other question that you might have? Don't hesitate to just unmute yourself and just speak up or like raise your hand to pose the question.
There is a question by Nadia on the time of the events. If you can make it optional, as often not known, or a different time zone.
Like
Is
to
it
be
now compulsory, the time? Can you try to go on an event? I think the date is compulsory, but Nadia, is it also okay? That's a good point also. 30 hours. Yes. That's a good point. If you mean like if it's like very far away and you don't know yet exactly.
Yeah, so often, organizers will say this event is occurring these dates, but they, how it is, they're finalizing the agenda. They don't know what time it starts or ends. Or it might be intermittent, hybrid, some sessions. And it's in Asia, and then there's no option also for that. Which time zone, if you put 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that's a different time in Brussels.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. We'll consider this. Thank you.
Yeah, also the time zone is I think very important in this case.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, I was also thinking here in the groups because there is the featured content. I also noticed that it might not be really straightforward. What is actually the featured content where I was in the deer?
Yes, to feature a content, you can from your group, but yeah, you need to be the owner of the group to see this feature thing. So if you go on a content, on a specific content, if you click on on this event, for example, here you have this button. If you click here on feature, it would replace the other one that was featured. So you click on that. And here, since you are admin of several groups, you have to choose where, in which group or project to feature it.
Yes, so I think that we covered most of the topics of what were the updates, as well as to give you some kind of briefer imagination about at what stage currently Capacity4dev is and how we are facilitating the collaboration and trying to facilitate also the posting on the platform, etc. So if you have any other question, don't hesitate to, for example, book the support call with us or to contact us on support@capacity4dev or and we will be awaiting to be in contact with you and to support you. So behalf the whole team, I wish you have a nice rest of the day or evening wherever you are. And I will be looking forward to meet you again during our next webinar, which will be happening in 1 month. I will also specify that in the thank you note, and also more about the topic what we will be covering. So thank you, and have a nice rest of the day.
Thank you very much, and don't hesitate to write us all the bugs you find.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Bye bye.
Bye.